Hello guys, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Okay, so today we are going to learn the concept of KScript. So we will be starting with the question, that is, what is a KScript? So the answer is KScript is the fastest and most flexible way to articulate a user experience. So why KScript is being drawn? KScript is utilized, or KScript is created to enhance a user experience. Okay, so KScript was developed by Mr. Blake Kotley. Okay, he was a UX design strategist, consultant, and educator. So let's try to learn more about the KScript. So we'll start with the introduction part. So introduction of KScript, we are going to see some theories associated with KScript. So in the late 90s, Mr. Kotley realized that there was a need for the user experience designer to have a method to sketch. Okay, so to enhance the user experience, what he tried to do, he tried to develop a tool name, and the tool name is KScript. Then he started to apply the concept of KScript into the web designing, mobile application design, social robot interaction design, and teaching when he was teaching the design thinking class at MIT, USA. Then later, what he did after he started to teach that particular KScript concept at MIT, other organizations are also tried to use the concept of KScript in the software, hardware, robotics, and a whole lot more places. Then a KScript is a great way to introduce a new idea, as it can provide a clear picture of the interaction to those who have no familiarity with the product. So by what is the meaning of this line? Ultimately, by just showing the KScript, you can reflect like how is the working, or in which way the product is going to be work with the user. So since KScript is in text form, it is focused on the user experience. So anyone with a little understanding of the context will be able to understand. So for to develop the KScript, you don't have to be a designer, right? Even non-designer can develop a KScript. Now comes to the next point. A set of KScript creates a holistic view of the system that can communicate to lots of different groups and provide vision that aligns team. So ultimately, when you are going to work in a team, you can create different types of KScript concept, right? And based upon the brainstorming, you can take a decision to finalize the complete interaction. Okay, now the last point is that in a KScript, it is better to have the script focus on typical interaction. Interaction, it means if a user want to interact with the website. Okay, so the website tabs which he or she is going to use, we have to create the script accordingly. Okay, so what we have to do, we must try to use more detailed logic diagrams to show non-typical interaction, right? Okay, so ultimately you have to draw, or you have to create a detailed KScript, right? Okay, now comes to the next point. To create a KScript, one must understand the basic structure. Okay, so you must know what is the basic structure. So the format of the KScript can be elegant and visually designed. This is as per the designer's choice, or as simple as a spreadsheet table, like we can say it's kind of a Excel sheet table as well, or similarly it is like a flow chart. So irrespective of the format, right, all KScript contain three essential elements. Okay, so what are these three elements? We are going to see in the next slide. So basically there are three elements, like first section, second section, and third section. So the first section is known as who section. Okay, the second section is known as observable action, and the third section is known as unobservable action or notes section. Okay, so we'll try to understand this section one by one. So who is who? So this first section defines the actor, right? Actor means whomever is performing the action and shows the sequential relationship between a user and the product. So this who could be a generic person, a specific user, sometimes a product or system or any entity, whichever is involved in the interaction. So when we are going to see the example, this who will be more clear to you. Okay, now comes to the second part, that is second section, that is observable action. Observable action we can define in a simple word: whatever you are interacting with the machine or the any system, whatever you are seeing, okay, those are known as observable action. So basically this section describes an action that a user performs, like you are touching and that touch action is visible to you, that occurs by a system, like you are operating the mobile, and once you are operating the mobile, you are touching the mobile, okay, and you are watching like what is happening with your mobile. So as long as it's something a viewer would observe, whether it is a discussing a physical interaction, maybe like touching a screen, walking downstairs, or a verbal one, like you are giving instruction, hello Google, hello Siri, right? So these are the observable action, right? Now comes to the third section, that is unobservable action or nodes. So basically this is the section that enables a designer to help the reader understand why a situation may be occurring, or what we can say, whatever is your objective, these unobservable actions are the back end process. Okay, so here it is also a good place for others to pose questions about the interaction, right? So backend, whatever you are discussing, that comes under the observable action or nodes. So these are the three basic elements of a K script. Now comes to the next question, and the question is how to make a K script, right? So ultimately, to create a case script, one must understand some kind of question or situation. So here I have taken one example, and the question is: a user observe various kiosk or vending machine at the airport, right? There are two options displayed and he wants to go ahead with any one option. Write a case script for this particular situation. So question is very simple: any user is going to visit the airport, right? And he is watching that there are different types of vending machine. On vending machine there are two options displayed, and he has to select one as per his choice, and accordingly he has to create a case script, right? So now we are going to see, this is a complete case script written. Okay, so we are going to see the sequence one by one. So let's start with the first section. So here you can see the common elements: who, observable action, and unobservable action are the three elements. Now we'll start with the first step. So user walks into the airport and sees a bunch of very modern touchscreen kiosk in a row. User saw on the screen it is mentioned as book lounge or watch movie. So these are the two options, right? In the unobservable section, what will come? In research, it has been found that people generally want to book these two options only, right? So in this is your first step. Now comes to the second step. And what is that? Now who is user? So user wants to book the launch. So he clicks on the book launch, observable action. Now comes to the unobservable action. Kiosk will eliminate the option of watch movie from the screen because user has clicked on the option of book launch. Now comes to third step, that now kiosk will become the who. So the kiosk will show the number of adults with plus minus button and is set to 1 because that person will book lounge for single person, minimum one person, and the number of children with plus minus sign will be there and it will be default to 0 because we don't know that person is alone or with the kids, right? So that is observable action. Now comes to unobservable action. Here machine will not show any price now because there is another screen which allows user to enter the discount codes or coupon or some kind of points. Now comes to the fourth step. Now user clicks on the next button, right? Now after selecting the person's quantity, he is selected the next button. Now the unobservable action, based upon the selected numbers, machine will process the information to display the price. Now In the fifth step, who will change to kiosk? Now kiosk screen shows the price in INR and also shows a message to enter scan discount codes, coupons point and next button. Right now user taps on the next button, right? Then unobservable action based upon the input, machine will process the information, right? Then in the seventh step, now who will become the kiosk, right? So now the price will be on the screen and machine will direct the customer for payment option. So here on observable action, so what research team has done? Research team has already identified various payments option like credit card, debit card, net banking, UPR and QR code. Here no cash on delivery will option and there will be no cash options, right? So it is our choice. If you want to keep any person there, you can add the option of a cash also. Now comes to the eighth step, that user select the payment option as per his choice. Suppose he opted for QR code, then what machine will do? In unobservable action, kiosk will remove the other option. Then in the ninth step, kiosk machine shows a QR code to scan with a time frame of 2 minutes. It is happening whenever we are doing a UPI transaction. It shows a time frame of 2 minutes, right? Or 3 minutes, sometimes depends upon the machine. Okay, now comes to the next step. Now the kiosk machine shows a QR code to scan with a time frame of 2 minutes, as we discussed earlier. Then user scans the QR codes with UPI application as per his choice. Unobservable action, kiosk process the information. Then next, 12th stage, kiosk plays a success sound, shows a success message on the screen. Machine also shows a message, do you want to have a printout or email of the booking, right? So here researchers are concerned about the sustainability, hence they kept these two options, right? So the next step, user taps on the email option, then machine removes the print command, right? Then in the next step, now who changed to kiosk? Again, display the enter your email ID tab and next button, right? Then in the 15th step, user enters the email ID and press next button, right? So once the user press the next button, unobservable action will happen, that kiosk will process the information and send an booking email as per the details given by the user. And at the end, once the email is sent, in the last step, kiosk display the thank you message on the screen, right? So here I have considered 16 steps. So these are not the final. These steps depends upon the designer, how detailed a KScript is being created by you. You can create 20 steps, you can create 14 steps, depends upon the brainstorming of your team, right? So with this, we are done with the concept of KScript. Okay, I hope you liked the lecture, and if you liked it, please share, subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you so much.